Hey, welcome back to the Holy Spirit. Today I'm going to break down the Holy Spirit in the Old Testament, the Gospel times, and kind of the today's church Holy Spirit. I'm going to use the picture of the dove from Noah's Ark. Hopefully you're familiar with the story. If not, I'll walk you through it real quick. When Noah was on the ark, the waters had risen, and the only way to know if the waters had receded where they could actually have life and vegetation was Noah sent a dove out. And what he did first was he sent a dove out, and the dove came back empty-handed. There was no place for the dove to land. And the second time he sent the dove out, the dove went out and it came back with a leaf, basically showing that there was vegetation. But the reason why the dove came back was because there was still really no place for it to perch or make a home. The third time Noah sent the dove out, the dove went out and never came back. And that is a really great illustration of how the Holy Spirit works throughout the Old to the current day, the Old Testament through the current day. So I want to explain. In the Old Testament time frame, God would send out His Spirit, but He could take it back. He would send it out for you to do your calling and to complete it, but the Holy Spirit would come upon you. It couldn't actually make a home. There was no place for the Holy Spirit to land because we didn't have the sacrifice of Jesus Christ yet to make our temple clean and a living place for the Holy Spirit to live. So in the Old Testament time frame, it was just like the dove. The Holy Spirit could come out, but there was no place for it to indwell, and so it had to eventually return to God. So a lot of the Old Testament people would follow God and pursue God and operate in the gift of the Holy Spirit they had been given. But a lot of times also they would kind of turn their back from God and start following their own ways, maybe even worshiping other idols. And at that time, God would take His Spirit back, and they would no longer be operating in that power. So that's kind of how the Old Testament Holy Spirit works. Tomorrow I'm going to tell you about the gospel time.